What up? It's your boy Wall Street hit my line, and I'm back hitting your line. And today, I want to continue my ongoing thoughts and the discussion on the Dallas Mavericks and the traumatic trade that they made, in which they sent away their darling star Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a 2029 first-round pick to the LA Lakers. Because I've been hearing some rumblings that maybe there's a grander plan being executed here, in which the Mavericks did not just want to get rid of Luka Doncic, they want to replace Luka Doncic. And they want to replace him with none other than BYU's own Igor Demin, who I've done a video about before. He's one of the more interesting players that likely will be entering his name in the 2025 NBA draft that'll take place in June. Like I said, currently at BYU, he's a freshman, 19 years old, but he's originally from Russia. And he was slated to go earlier in the draft a few months back. He was like, a top 5, top 6 pick lock, it seemed like. And now I'm seeing him all over the place, from being picked 15th to 8th overall or 20th. So this has begun discussions that, since he's a 6'9" point guard, basically, is this the player that the Mavericks are looking to draft in order to replace Luka Doncic in some capacity? And it's not the worst idea I've ever heard, and this makes a lot more sense now if this is what this whole grand plan was for. It would have made more sense if you got a higher draft pick in this year's draft by trading Luka Doncic, which they did not do, but maybe they can use that 2029 first-round pick to trade up in the draft. I have no idea. But so if the season were to end today, the Mavs would have the 18th pick in the NBA draft, right? Per Tankathon, which is, a site where you can basically randomize the lottery order and stuff. It's very fun. If you're a fan of a bad team like me, you probably go on there a lot and hit the button to see where your team's going to land and who you're going to draft. It's a fun game to play. Creates both sadness and happiness at the same time, but that's besides the point. Igor Demin is projected on Tankathon to go 15th overall to the San Antonio Spurs, which that pick is originally belonging to the Hawks, but it will go to the Spurs. Obviously, if the Spurs picked him, that'd be great. They have a lot of point guards now, though, especially with De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Chris Paul. I don't know if that really makes sense to pick Igor at that point, but I don't even know if he's going to be available. There's obviously a lot more time and a lot more games to be played until the draft actually occurs, and the draft combine and all of that good stuff, where we kind of have the order of who's going to go where shake out a little bit better. But hey, I think if the Mavericks can get their hands on Igor Demin, who was projected to be, like I said, like a top 5, top 6 pick at 18 overall, I say go for it. I don't think he's going to be Luka Doncic, at least not right away, but he is a 6'9" point guard. He can handle the ball very well. He rebounds the ball pretty well, and he's a good passer. So he kind of does a lot of things very good, not really great at any one thing. And that can either be a good thing or a bad thing. That can, when you get into the league, you can develop from a generalist to a specialist in certain things while still having a well-rounded skill set. Or you can just be a generalist for your entire career, which, again, is still a very good thing. But that's when you end up with players like Dario Saric or Kyle Anderson. So if they're going to pick this guy to replace Luka Doncic and he turns out to be Dario Saric or Kyle Anderson, they're probably going to be pretty pissed. So I think it can work. Will it work? I have no idea. Igor Demin is currently on a per 36 basis right now for BYU. He's averaging 14.4 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, 6.9 assists, 0.7 blocks, and 1.6 steals. His actual stats are in 21 games this season: 28.2 minutes per game, 42.5% from the field, 27.6% from three-point range, 65.6% from the free throw line, getting 3.8 rebounds, 5.4 assists, 1.3 steals, and 11.3 points per game, averaging 2.9 turnovers per game. So he is far from a finished product. It's going to take a lot of work to get him up to speed and get him up to, anywhere close where Luka Doncic was as a rookie. I just don't think you're going to replicate it. I don't think Luka Doncic is a guy that can just be replicated in the draft. Just because you find another tall point guard who's from Europe or Asia or Africa, it doesn't mean that they're going to be Luka Doncic, okay? Like, international players have become very good and very talented, and they're very worthy of the spots they get picked in the draft. But again, that doesn't mean every time you pick an international player, especially one that has a unique body and position combo like this, it doesn't mean they're going to be Nikola Jokic. It doesn't mean they're going to be Luka Doncic. It doesn't mean they're going to be Pascal Siakam. You never know what you're getting. So, and that goes for any draft prospect, right? A lot of people thought Reed Shepherd was going to be the rookie of the year. He has basically spent very little time playing the NBA this season, spent most of his time in the G League, and is likely not going to make any of the all-rookie teams, right? So it's a very, very tough thing to predict. But, I shouldn't say the one. A couple of things you can't teach in the league are height and, strength. You can't teach motivation and drive to win. So looks like Igor has all those things, and hopefully, if the Mavs do get their hands on him, he puts it together, right? So we'll see. But I do think this is some interesting context. This might just be fan speculation, but if this is actually the Mavericks' plan, I'd like to give Nico Harrison a little bit more credit, but still, I don't think this is going to remedy trading away Luka Doncic. I just really don't. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about Igor Demin? Do you think he's going to make his way to Dallas in June when the draft comes around? Do you think he'll slide far enough down? Do you think the Mavs will trade up to pick him? Do you think they're going to pick someone else? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a like. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Greatly appreciate you doing both of those things. Without further ado, I'll catch you guys with the next one. Stay safe, handle business, stand on business. Peace.